What up, Whiskey Ginger fans? Welcome back to the show. If it's your first time joining the show, welcome to the show. We got a good one for you today, like my man Steve Harvey say. It's Mark Norman, comedy. Love this dude so much, so funny. Go see him. He's on the road. I am also touring up, gearing up to shoot my special this weekend right now, at this very moment. I'm in Minneapolis. I'm in Minneapolis tonight. Tomorrow, I'm going to be in Madison, Wisconsin. And then I'm going to be at Denver, Paramount Theater. 2 shows, taping my special. Come out and watch the special taping. AndrewSantino.com. Denver, come out for your boy. I love you. Get Rocky Mountain High. Come laugh your balls off. AndrewSantino.com is where you can get the tickets. AndrewSantino.com. Enough rambling. Let's go to the episode.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people. I don't know if I say that for all my guests, but I mean it once again today. It's the return of the beautiful, the almost not single anymore.
2 months.
2 months countdown for Mark Norman. What would your walk-up song be?
Oh, at the wedding?
Yeah.
Well, I'd probably go back to Little League and go, Back in Black.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Black in Black face.
But your wife is white.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, big pasty whore.
So what was that about? Why would you marry a white? You don't want to kind of diversify the population. You want to keep it white?
Keep it pure, and I want to, have the
Yeah.
racial jokes a-flowing. You
Right,
know, if
right.
you get a brown person there, maybe I got to cut back on stuff.
So now that you're super famous since last time I talked to you, you've blown up so much more.
Super
Are you
famous.
still a high-ranking member of the White Nationalist Party, or do you think they kind of bump you down when you get too Hollywood?
I've fallen off a little because I've taken photos with Afro-Americanes. Sure, I Purelled after, but I've taken pics and it's hurt my stature
Your
with that.
status with them? Yeah, that's all right. It's okay to lose status with them. We're
Not on the prison
we're kidding.
Joking.
We're joking.
Comedians.
I love to see you. I'm glad that you were able to come. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having
Genuinely.
me. It's always a treat.
Well, let's do a little tiny little something.
Bring it on.
I am hungover though. You asked me before. I am.
Yeah, how you feeling there?
Me and O'Connor did a thing. We always kind of hit the same spots. And we went to, do you know the Spaniard? Do you know that bar?
yeah, that's a sexy joint.
So we always go there. It's kind of become our little spot to stop by.
Good spot. A little pricey, if I might say so.
Well,
But you're doing fine.
I'm doing all right.
All right, you're doing. You're a
I
well-off
do
ginger.
need to borrow a couple of bucks.
Oh, you got
no,
it.
it's great. It's actually, we always go there because the vibe is really nice. And one thing turned into another. We were going to have one beer and a drink, and then it was...
That's what happens. And O'Connor's he's a psycho deep down.
Just on top. He's a psycho right on top.
Oh, is he on top?
Yeah.
I thought he was a bottom.
Yeah, no.
But he can. He's cute. He's little and he's quiet.
Yeah.
But deep down, he's full of rage and
Yeah.
homophobia.
Yeah, 100%. Well, yeah,
from Philly.
aren't we all?
Yeah.
High Gold or the Cave Hill, you can choose which one. They're kind of two different. They're both bourbons.
Okay.
That's kind of that Cave Hill is kind of the go-to. That's their signature one. That's won some awards.
Oh, okay.
wanna do that one?
What's the story on the blue?
This one's won no awards. You know.
Okay. Well, Harvey,
And I know you're a Blue Lives Matter guy, so do you want this one? And I'm a Black Lives Matter guy, so why don't we switch?
All right, I'll take the blue.
Why don't we switch?
There we go.
By the way, I watched a guy. This is so funny, man. I watched a guy who moved out of my neighborhood. They had Black Lives Matter signs, and he had a. I don't. You guys don't have this out here because you don't. There's no one has yards,
Right.
But like, there's a sign that people in LA put up, and it says "Hate has no home here." I'm sure you've never seen that, right?
No, I haven't seen
right,
that one.
Right. Hate has no home here, and it says like all religions, sexualities, blah blah blah. Like everyone's accepted, right? It like lists stuff off, and it's obvious pandering. Like why would you need to put a sign if you really felt the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's such a bullshit pandering thing.
Sure.
But I watched him because they're moving take down the signs, and I thought, what an obvious Curb Your Enthusiasm scene where the neighbor's like, oh, so you're not BLM anymore? He's like, no, we're just moving to it. It's like, okay.
Right.
I see who you really are, dude.
We're taking to the next house.
Oh, yeah, sure you are. Send me photos when you get there.
You should have gotten a video of that guy taking it down.
I
That's a
was
bad look.
jogging by and it made me laugh so hard because I thought, that's so funny. He saw me doing it and kind of gave like a, hey.
Yeah.
But I think he wanted to be like, We're gonna put him back up.
Right.
They're not gonna go in the garage. Cheers to you and I.
Mazel.
Up, muzzle, 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 muzzle.
Well, Bill Burr had that great joke of the duality of boarding up the windows but putting the BLM like, hey, we're cool. Look, we got it. Don't break in.
yeah, don't break in.
Yeah.
You know who we really are? I mean, we do want the boards up, but you know who we really are.
I don't get why people need the sign. Just be a good person. Also, that we don't have hate here doesn't make sense because you hate Nazis.
Right.
Everybody hates somebody. There's no way to not hate.
But it is interesting that to think what you just said is like, just be a good, like when people, like it's like wearing a shirt that says, I'm not racist. What's the first thing you'd be like, that guy's racist.
He's killed a brown, definitely.
Yeah, dude. If you have to yell it to me for some reason, I'm always like, that's a little suspect.
Yeah.
When you have to be so public about, you're like, and you know how I feel about that. You're like,
Right.
Do you?
I know. I saw a guy the other day in Soho who had a shirt that said, listen to black women, a white guy. And I'm like, who isn't listening? Is there people walking by black women like, la 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 la? You know, what are you doing? Just be a good person.
Was that a terrorist walking by?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Wrong noise.
Don't listen. Listen to black women. And what's funny is because you kind of want to talk to them and go, what are you saying? What are you saying by that? Like, what do you mean by this?
Right. And what if they're saying something dumb? I don't get it. It's such an absolute. It's such a broad statement.
Right. Like Mark Normand.
Right.
Almost impossible.
I'm the worst.
You're the best of the worst.
Who could like me?
Who does a better impression of you than me?
Yeah, Nick Mullins is pretty good.
Fuck.
We'll have to pull that up if you can there, Wolfie.
Pull up a Mullen.
But
pull it up, Wolfie.
he's pretty good.
Is
Nick
it really?
Mullen's good.
No.
Yeah, he's a
Don't,
pro.
Wolf. You don't have to pull it up, and don't listen to his commands because they're gonna go wonky.
Yeah.
Wait, honestly, all jokes aside,
But you got a good one.
you've since last time I saw you, and we did the podcast in that torture chamber at Luis Gomez's. Remember that?
The phone booth.
It's so weird. The
Porta
cameras are
potty.
like up in the corner.
Yeah, that was kooky.
Yeah, no, thank you. But you have grown a ton. Popularity wise, you're Mr. Big Shot over here, dude.
Oh, I don't know. Well, it's just all the internet. Just keep posting, getting that algo. It's all about that. I'm just following Schultz and all these Jews, and that seems to be the move.
Are you doing a new hour right now?
I'm working on one. I got about 45, 50 minutes cooking, really humming, but you need the tweaks. It's all about time. Everybody's like, I got to put something out. Let it bake.
Yeah, let
let
it
the
sit.
sides get crusty and brown, and that's when it really gets together. But everybody's got that Louis method of jerking off. You got to let it, give it some time. Sorry, that was too much.
No,
but
it wasn't. That was right.
Does this mean I'm an alcoholic? I had a sip of this, and my body leveled out, it adjusted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're an alcoholic.
All right.
But you're super high functioning.
I'm trying. I'm high functioning autism, alcohol, and tardy. But I'm just seeing all these Andrew Huberman. You see that guy?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know anybody anymore. You're out of the loop.
Yeah, I don't need to be in the loop.
All right. You know Bobby Lee and Schultz, I think, and that's
Who else do I need to know?
All right.
But what is it? See, you know what it is? The internet is a wasteland to me anymore.
It's tough.
I can't look at it anymore. It's almost boring. It's so much bullshit. It's boring. Who is Huberman? Is he someone I'm supposed to know?
Well, he's one of these health guru guys who's just like, hey, you need your sleep. You got to eat this. You got to exercise. These are the best exercise. But he always talks about what alcohol does to your brain. And I'm like, oh, don't show me this. I'm trying to have a good time here.
What does it ruin everything?
Ruins everything. It hurts your synapses and ruins your sleep and your body clock and your whatever.
It does, for sure.
Yeah.
Wolf and I were just talking before the show that he drank for, what was it? How it was 3 months straight? 3 months straight, dude. I was like, that's awesome.
Wait, every day?
Yeah.
Holy shit. You look fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm vegan, so.
He's vegan.
That's how you even it out.
That's what we do, right?
That's pretty good.
That's like DiCaprio with those young girls. No one's mad because he's saving the universe.
I think people are mad. There's a lot of memes
They're
going
finally
around.
coming around now, though. It took them for, what is he, 50 years old?
Oh, is he 50?
I don't even know how old
He's gotta be 50.
Mid-40s. But he's been doing that forever. But now finally they're like, all right.
And in his defense, he's dated older.
Yeah.
But no one brings those women up.
No,
But
you don't. Well, nobody wants to talk about older women. That's disgusting.
well, that's true. But we like to be angry. We like to be outraged.
Well, so Huberman gives you all this stuff, and is he very wag the finger, like you shouldn't drink any alcohol?
A little. He's nice. He's kind of, there's a big trend of these autistic white guys going around, like Sam Harris, Lex Friedman, Huberman,
You,
me, Musk. We like straightforward, factual whitey.
yeah.
Not too much emotion. You don't want a Shapiro who's like, meh. You don't want too much emotion, but we like the robotic types because they just give information. Everybody's so feely these days that I think people are clinging to these straightforward, factual computer men.
I can't listen to those guys. You know who I like actually? I did the guy I did see on the internet was a guy named Liver King who makes me laugh. That dude is jacked, and that dude makes me laugh.
Crazy.
I'm listening to him. He's like, only eat liver,
Ah,
only eat raw meat, do not cook meat, eat testicles, liver, and if you are eating red meat, it's like only raw and all raw product.
what?
Yeah, and no vegetables.
What? No veggie.
Yeah, he says no veggie. He said it's bullshit.
Bullshit.
There's a dude on the internet that I saw years ago. He had his whole thing is called kale is bullshit. How kale is a part of this, like apparently like kale and all these strains of that kind of leafy vegetables, they have active chemicals inside of them that are like trying to get you sick when you eat and you ingest it.
You can't win.
Can't win.
You try this way, there's a wrong thing here, it's a wrong thing there. It's no good. But he's vegan. He's eating only vegetables, and he looks great.
He looks fucking phenomenal.
I
But
mean, I'm
vegan would
attracted
not
to
look
black
good on
men.
you or me.
No, we would get
Be
emaciated,
emaciated.
and plus the Irish. I mean, you guys are barely hanging on by a thread anyway. So I would stick to the potatoes.
What was that supposed to mean?
Wow, you guys age like an old pumpkin.
What do you mean? I'm 17. I look fine. What are you? What, are you English?
Anyone else hard? No, I'm half French, half big wop,
Are you? Oh, really?
half Ital.
I knew I liked some of you.
I'll take
The
it.
French part, though. What trash.
I know.
Gross.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
well,
no,
I'm from New Orleans. We're all French.
I know. Yeah, you're all
like-
scum French.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
New
we're
Orleans
scum French.
is New Orleans like Australia for England? Like,
Yes, we're like boat French, swamps, toothless, we'll hunt a gator and fuck our sister and drink a PBR.
I don't like the accent down there.
It's
That
tough.
don't go down there, get it down there, boy. I hate that shit. I
Creole.
fucking hate it.
Yeah, my uncles sound like
You
that.
can't be. A lawyer has to talk like that.
Yes, yeah,
Like,
I do
oh, yeah.
declare, Your Honor, my client did not rape that koala or whatever it is, Now I'm doing Theo's act. But yeah, it's a
we had a
wild
dude
accent.
that used to fucking capture koalas, dude. He'd fuck them in front of the town. He'd fuck them right in front of the whole town, dude.
Write this down, Theo. This is new material. But yeah, Theo's hilarious.
So yeah, we love the dude.
Yeah.
So the hour that's out, right? You peel through that, and you're 50 minutes into a new hour. You're not going to do the rush thing that everyone's doing and put it out. You're going to let it
wait
bake.
until next year. And also, everybody like Sam, Patton Oswalt, Hassan Minaj, all these people are coming out with specials in September alone. So I'm like, it's a lot right now.
I was going to shoot I'm shooting one September 24th. It's not going to come out for a while.
Hey.
Wanted to have September 11th, my favorite holiday, but
Yeah.
they couldn't do it. It's on a Sunday, I think, too, which is a bummer. But,
Yeah.
that is my favorite. I'm flying on 9/11, by
Me
the way.
too. I am
I'm
too.
excited.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Are you going back to LA?
On 9/11, I will be going back to LA from Salt Lake City.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
going to Afghanistan. So that'll be interesting.
What's going on over there? Couple of shows?
Yeah, I got some gigs.
You'll bomb.
Yeah, they always do over there. But no, I'm going to I'm flying back from Richmond, not bragging, doing the Richmond Funny Bone this weekend.
He don't like it. Yeah, but it's probably sold out. You sell tons of tickets. You're doing great.
I'm moving ticket, but that's a weird market. I don't know.
Well, then why say yes?
Because I'm weak and I still want to do. You got to do rooms where you're not huge too. I think.
Just to test you a little bit, huh?
Yeah, you got to get the fat off. You start getting frazzled up there, and you just start you start cutting lines because you're like, these people are not with me, and I think that's good for you.
No, that's true. I'm somebody said to me, because I'm doing these warm-up days before I shoot the special, and they said, why Salt Lake? And I was like, because I like it, first of all, but also it's
Good club.
I don't think it's genuinely my typical audience or whatever. I think it's a little bit different than, I'm doing it in Denver. I think those are close kind of people, like mountainous
Yes.
people. But then I'm also going to Minneapolis and Madison, Wisconsin, because I was like, I want the Midwest feeling again too.
Yeah.
I just want to touch a few places to go, said the pervert. I want to touch a few places to just feel the difference in the way the jokes hit. Because they don't know it, but you know how you know it when you go to a new place. You don't change your material, but
No.
the joke, the way it lands certain ways, certain cities, you're like, it's so funny that they like that part
So
much.
true.
It's so weird.
It's fascinating. We're doing a focus group every weekend.
Yeah.
And we're doing it all over the country. So when people are like, this joke's rah, rah, you're like, it kills for a lot
kills
of the
in
country.
Kansas. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Kills in Kansas.
Kills with real people who have jobs and they're not like a graphic designer working from home.
Well, I talked to my buddy last night, and he was like, I guess I've been living in LA so long that I'm wrapped up in this bubble that we live in. We live here, same thing in New York. It's the same kind of, it's a
for
bubble.
sure.
He's like, then you do kind of travel and you talk to people. And the one thing I was saying was kind of like how when people like throw words around, you know, like transphobia and all this stuff, it's like I think people are busy, like
Yes.
almost too busy to care. So we know it. We hear stuff like that all the time. Those words are just thrown in our culture constantly. But I just feel like if you ask most random normal people, if you're like, how do you feel about transphobia? And they're like, what?
I don't know.
I'm going to my third job to feed my 7th kid.
Exactly.
I have no idea what I don't. I'm sorry. I got to go.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think that's more the sentiment lately.
And I think there's fear of like, we have a trans person working at our job now in Kansas, and they're like, oh, okay, I don't want to get yelled at. I'll just, whatever you want, I'll do it. I'm scared. I don't want to be called a bigot. So there's that too.
Sounds like they're robbing a bank. Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
That's a bit. A trans
Hands
person-
up. I'm trans. Whatever you want.
Take the whole register. I'm sorry. I love you. They. You're all. Them.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. Are you calling me it? No, here's my watch.
He kills himself, grabs the gun. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's a sketch.
That's just, we got a sketch.
Somebody write that down.
No, I do. I think that most conscious, aware people. I wrote in my note the other day because I was talking to him about that when I was walking home. I said, hate is easy if you have nothing to do. But
Yes.
if you're living life and busy, hate is hard to like wedge into your schedule. It's funny. It's like the people who have time to have hateful shit, hateful comments on the internet, or to actually be a part of a group of people who does evil shit. They're fucking bored losers.
That's interesting because you're saying hate is a privilege. You have the free time to hate and tweet about it.
Yeah, because otherwise, if you're busy living your life and caring about you and your family and your friends and things that mean something to you, where does hate fit into there?
Yeah, and it also goes the other way. Like, you're not just like, I'm not transphobic, I just don't care. You're also like, hey, did you hear Trudeau did blackface? You're like, I don't care about that either. I still got to feed my fat
8
child.
kids, my fat kid.
Yeah.
You know, fat, right? That's the response. Do you hear if Trudeau did blackface? You're like, you know how fat my kid is right now? This fucking kid eats 7 times a day, this little fat ass.
Exactly.
You weren't fat when you were a little boy, were you?
I was pretty chubby, yeah.
Were you?
My mom's a big foodie coos. She was always making gumbos and jambalayas and shoving it in my face, and my neighborhood was kind of scary, so I would just sit at home and eat.
Was she fat?
She's a big lady, yeah. My whole family's pretty big.
So where did you get this build from?
Well, I got anxiety, which I think is a good cardio, and then I walk a lot. I take care of it. I hit puberty and I slimmed down a good bit, but I try to watch it.
I would have loved to hear your voice prior to puberty.
Oh, it wasn't good.
So high. Comedy.
Yeah.
Then finally it shifts.
Yeah.
Comedy. It goes right back down to where it belongs.
You nailed it. It was this, just higher.
Well, yeah.
And I had braces. I had a jerry curl. It was bad.
Did you
Chubby
ever
cheeks.
smoke?
Cigarettes?
Yeah.
Not really.
Man, you should.
No.
Yeah.
I don't like
Because your voice is sexy now. How much sexier would you be if you smoked?
I mean, this voice is the antithesis of sexy.
Really?
Antithesis? Yeah.
Yeah, antithesis.
Thank you.
I think it's very sexy. Wolf, is his voice sexy or no? See?
And this in bed, flip over.
Well, don't say it like that.
All right.
That's
all
not the
right.
way to-
Turn me over.
Flip over.
flip me. My girl's always, she likes being insulted in the bedroom, and I just can't, I'm not good at it.
Just bring in a bunch of guys from the cellar to make fun of her. They just put the cellar table in your bedroom while you're fucking her.
Right. Keith Robinson's like, you're stupid. But no, I'm like, you tard, you big dummy. It's not good.
She does. Is that her kink?
That's one of them, yeah.
What's your kink?
Strap on.
Yeah,
No,
of course.
I'm a big peg. Let's see.
Is that a kink anymore? No, pegging is so normalized.
It's pretty normal. I know
Yeah.
friends who do it, and I'm not gonna lie, I look at them differently. But like when they're walking funny, I'm like, is that the peg?
Yeah, that
This
is.
you. You can't help but think it. Oh, we walked the producer.
You walked him. Wolf is he's bound to leave. He doesn't like that kind of talk. What about butt plug stuff? Would you ever do that?
Nah, my asshole is signed, sealed, delivered. It is tighter than Wolf's vagina.
Wolf does not have a vagina.
Oh, sorry. Well, I don't see gender. But yeah, tight butthole. I mean, some guys like the pinky, I can't fuck
You can't
around
do
with.
that.
And I don't know how clean it is either. I take sloppy dumps.
So what's the kink? What's your main thing?
I guess
You like to be punched?
I
slapped?
used to like older ladies.
You were into that, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I like a ball grab. Squeeze the sack.
No.
Yeah, not hard, but just give me a.
Oh, I don't like it.
Really?
My nuts must be extra sensitive because I just don't like to. I've had in my past girls do things with my nuts. Other than suck them, I don't want you to fuck with them.
Oh, really?
I know guys that like to be they like it when people pull on them.
Pulling is tough. Yeah. It's not a church bell, you know. You don't want to yank on it, but I do like a little, because I think balls are so gross.
Yeah.
So if a woman's touching them, you're like, wow, she's really into me.
Why did they have to be on the outside? They couldn't put them inside?
Yeah, that's true.
They put all the pussy inside. They did great with that. It's like they finished.
I know, and they sewed it up nicely.
And then ours, they were just like,
yeah, it's so vulnerable.
yeah, it's all, having it out isn't, I thought about that the other day. I wear these shorts with lining on them when I go running and I work out. And the other day, my ball fell out of the lining while I was working out. And I thought, that, if I turned over stretching and that ball gets crunched by my leg,
Happens all the time.
why does that have to be out?
And you think evolution would take care of that?
100%.
Also, we get kicked in the balls. We have to wear a cup. In sports, it's bad.
You do think evolution would do that? It is interesting that, like, after all the dick injuries, you would think that we'd find a way.
And my balls are long and gross and veiny, so like I've sat on them. I used to skateboard, and you could feel them clanking around. It was brutal. Yeah.
Yeah, we have that in common. I think we talked about that last time too, on when you did the pod, that we both love skateboarding.
Oh,
And
that's right. Yeah.
I still have this little affinity for it, that I watch videos and stuff, and it's funny because I'm so far removed from it. I would never get on a skateboard ever again because I don't know why. I'm not going to do anything on it.
Right.
And it's bad transportation, to be honest.
It's horrible transportation.
Like you think the idea of it's kind of cool, and then you do it, and you're like, I'm exhausted. Why did I do this?
Yeah, you could get the longboard, but then you're that guy.
Can you get the longboard?
Then you got to get a one strap bag and a man bun.
How do we feel about the guy that has the one wheel? You know what a one wheel is? You've seen that, right?
He looks all right whizzing by, but I couldn't hang out with him.
No.
He shows up to the bar. He's like, "Hey guys," and he's folding the pedals in. You're like, put that in the coat room, will you? That's weird.
Yeah, I'm not. It's for some reason whenever I see like adults on young people's things.
Yes.
Do your thing, but also I feel bad. I'm always like, you look so silly.
You look silly, yeah.
The longboard is tough. California, we have that everywhere. Everyone loves longboards out by us.
It's not bad to get around, but it's just, you got to hold that thing.
But here's I guess the exception to the rule. A girl, ride anything.
Love a girl on a wheel.
See what I mean?
Yeah, even wheelchair I'll fuck with. I like maybe not a rascal. You see a lady at a casino on a rascal, that's bad
turns
news.
me right on.
Oh.
I know she's got a big 401k. She's about to blow it right then. You hook up with her, she's smoking, she's going to die soon. You're going to get left a big nugget.
She's 401 pounds, but I don't know about rich. She's got a respirator. She's got Paul Malls. She's got a limp.
How do you know Paul Malls?
I've been around. I've seen some smokers. I mean, I grew up in the 90s. Everybody smoked.
My dad and his brother used to smoke unfiltered Pall Malls.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
And then he went to Winston's, and the smell of a Winston cigarette to this day, because it's so funny. It's like, if you're smoking a Marlboro or a Parliament, I couldn't really tell the difference if I'm standing next to you. Mm-hmm. But I can smell a Winston for some reason, because it was like embedded in the cloth of my dad's car. Back when fucking, well, at least my class of people, we only had cloth seats.
Yes, yes.
And just the smell of the cloth seats with old cigarette smoke and the heat from the sun.
Yes.
Oh, it's a smell.
It's like the worst.
Oh my God. And because my dad would smoke inside, and then sometimes I'd open the windows of the car, and he'd be like, come on, it's drafty outside. I'm like, I'm 9. Smoking in the fucking car. So I grew up with it. So
yeah,
it was so normal to me to be around it. And when I would get home, my mom would make me take off all my clothes and do a dance.
Yeah, you know what the worst was? Coming home hungover, waking up, and you're hungover and your clothes smell like smoke from the night before from all the bars.
Yeah.
That is I want to vomit. That smell, it just makes me ill.
Yeah, I don't miss that anymore. There's no smoking bars in New York at all, are there?
No, they got rid of it, which I'm happy about. I feel for the smokers, because they really got ostracized. Like, get away from the building. Like, we treat smokers like minorities in the 40s. Like, you got to 10 feet away, move it.
You go through the back door with that cigarette. You go around the back.
I have a bit about how weed and cigarettes traded places. Like, weed used to be shameful and not naughty, and now cigarettes are like, you got to go hide behind a dumpster.
That's so funny.
It's flipped.
Yeah, and when someone's smoking a cigarette, you're like, where'd you get that from?
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, what, is it, no? And you're like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, you're better
here.
than that. Come on, put
what's
that
going
away.
on? Is everything okay?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what that leads to?
And then you see a guy smoking weed, you're like, good for you. You sleep better. You got glaucoma. It's like a healing thing now.
Well, because you ever seen, we were in, where was I? I was in International Airport. I was going from Italy to Ireland, and they had one of those smoking lounges. And it's so funny to still see those these days. Sometimes we have them in airports here in the States, but rarely. Vegas has smoking lounges.
Really?
It's a room. It's like just a room you can smoke in.
Like an aquarium.
Yeah, it is. You can just stare at them smoking.
I've seen that.
And it's so funny. I wanted to take a picture of one of the guys, but then I thought, now if you do that thing when you take a photo of someone,
they'll come after you.
you're clipped. You're fucking clipped. I took a picture of a dog. There was a poodle in someone's old SL Benz that I really loved.
Yeah.
And I took a photo, and the guy was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "It's a dog. It's a huge dog.
Right.
It's a wonderful photo. He's leaning over the side of the Benz, and it just looked dope.
Yeah.
So I took a little photo of it, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "The dog, man. I'm taking a picture." He's like annoyed.
Was it his dog?
Yeah, but
okay.
it's a dog in a car. I don't know.
Yeah, people just don't know what you're gonna post. Some meme like, "Look at this homo dog," you know. He's like, "God."
That is what I said.
Oh, okay.
Because the dog, when I took a photo, he goes, "Thank you," and I was like, "You got it."
In here, we pour whiskey.
Hey, I've talked about BetterHelp on this show before. I think getting help for your mental health is very important to your success as a human, to feel better. And that's why I'm here to tell you about BetterHelp. I've been using BetterHelp. I love it. I've told you guys about mental health issues, and I'm a big proponent, big pusher of getting well upstairs is using therapy in any way that you can. BetterHelp is great because you can use it anywhere. No matter where you are, you use it from the comfort of your own home. It's cheaper than in-person therapy. And look, a lot of stuff gets in the way in life, and I think that it's nice to be able to talk to someone about stuff. I like it because it gets stuff off my chest when I'm feeling overwhelmed and anxious. And I think if you're thinking about giving therapy a try, why not? BetterHelp is a great option. All right, it's super accessible. It's convenient. It's affordable. It's entirely done on the internet. Get it done on the internet. Don't go to a weird, sweaty room with other people staring at you while you read a highlights magazine. Go get help on the internet. The best part is, give it a rock. If you don't like it, whatever. No harm, no foul. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Go to betterhelp.com/whiskey, betterhelp.com/whiskey. That's better, HELP.com/whiskey. You're going to get 10% off your first month. Give it a whirl. See if it makes you feel better. I bet it does. Hey, the summer's coming to an end, and you got to take your end of your summer to the next level by using the products provided by Bespoke Post. Bespoke Post is great. I've talked about it on this show, too. The Box of Awesome is incredible. You get online at boxofawesome.com. You fill out a little quiz or questionnaire, I should say, because there's no wrong answers. But your answers that you provide are going to help them formulate what they think is the best Box of Awesome for you. Each of these things is valued around $70, but you pay a fraction of that. And the best part is, in my opinion, every single box is supporting small businesses because 90% of everything that comes in your Box of Awesome is from a small and upcoming brand. So you like supporting mom and pop? Do yourself a favor and try out Box of Awesome by Bespoke Post. I've gotten a bunch over the years. I got a whiskey decanter was my first one that I loved. The Weekender with the metal hardware kit that I liked. Also, I really enjoyed the Carnivore. This American barbecue spice rub is very good. And I've got that barrel cask from them before too. So the packages are great. They're really fun boxes. They're great gifts, or they're great for yourself. If you want to spoil yourself, baby, do your thing. You're going to get 20% off 20 at your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code WHISKEY at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com. Code is WHISKEY for 20% off your first box. Boxofawesome.com. You know that code, baby. It's whiskey.
Ginger. I like gingers.
No, but I get it. But posting stuff, posting pictures of stuff that you take in public, I get it now, which is ironic because everyone's on their phone taking videos and photos. Like, are you at a point where people are taking pictures of you, like trying to hide taking a picture of you?
Yes, on stage. I fucking hate it because I'm like, are you videoing? And then I'm like throwing off my whole set because they're like, no, it's a photo. I'm like, all right, well, how do I know?
Well, I have a rule that we announced before the show. If we see you with your phone up like that, you're removed immediately.
Oh, good.
Yeah, dude, because I don't have time to do the thing where I'm like, you can't take a video. I don't want to do that thing.
Yeah.
Interrupt the show. So to me, the staff knows if people are on their phones taking photos, they got to go. Even if it's not a video, it's like you just got to go. They got to go.
Good.
I know it's like kind of harsh, but it's also, and if you can't be on your fucking phone for an hour,
I know.
dude, it's 1 hour.
Yeah.
And by the way, you paid a bunch of money to be here.
Yes.
That's even crazier. It's like you bought these tickets, you got a sitter, you paid for parking, you bought booze. So you're burying a couple $100 just to be like, I got to see what's going on.
I know. And the phone runs everything. So they're like, hey, I'm at this cool show, but how are people going to know I was at this cool show? So I got to post about it now,
Yeah.
and I need the photo to post. So they're really there just for the post.
Luckily, I am terrible at remembering to take photos. So I'm just bad at social media in that world because I don't like, I should have taken a photo today when we went over to Schultz's thing. Like that would have been good to post it. I just don't care enough. And I should be better. Like, I'm definitely not going to get a picture of us after this.
Right.
No
right.
chance.
I'll forget as well.
Yeah, so it's just, I've never been good at that. And I think that helps me feel solace about not being chained to social. But then you see people that are so good at it and you're like, I should be better, huh?
I tell you, dude, I did a set somewhere, I'm not going to say where, and this kid hit me up for a guest set, and I'm weak, and I can't say no, and I was like, all right, sure, I don't know you at all, but go ahead, ruin the show. And he went up and ate shit, and then at the end, he was like...
Is that him?
Oh, shit.
He knows you're talking about him.
That's my birth control.
Casios don't play.
Yeah, that's a Timex, $10. So he goes, okay, thanks for having me. And he got a photo of the sign, the comedy sign, and then the audience with him in the audience, and then he got off and left. And I was like, that's all he did it for. He fucking bombed.
Wait a minute, he didn't even say thank you or anything to you?
I didn't think he said thanks, but I ran right on stage after. I had to go right up. So he was like, okay, thank you. I'll see you later. And I was like, you motherfucker. I'll never give a guest set again because of this guy.
Every comic listening is like,
yeah.
Thanks.
Well, here's the thing about the guest set, and I've harped on this before, and I'm a giver. I'm all about stage time. You know me. I did 5 sets last night. I'm a psycho. But these guys with the guest sets, they think, what's 5 minutes? You can't give me 5 minutes? I'm like, well, it's not just 5 minutes. I got to sit in the green room with you. I don't know you. Then I got to, like, talk to you after. I'm chained to you.
So why do you say yes?
I feel bad because I'm like, I don't want to stop a comic from getting up.
I'm sure they can get up in other places.
I hope so.
And by the way, if they're not getting in other places, then you definitely don't want them doing a guest spot on your fucking show because they, you know what I mean?
You're right. If I was a woman, I would get plowed by all these hideous men because I just say yes.
If you were a woman, I would fuck the shit out of you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I would let it happen.
I know you would, you bitch. You stupid, dumb bitch.
I'm a whore. I'm a cunt. I'm a slut.
I do think it's hard to say no. I get it. But then also, my worry always becomes, I want to put on a good show, so I want to have my fingers in the thing. I want to manipulate it a little bit more. And then when I lose control, I get scared. I'm become a control freak.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I get really picky now because I don't care about like the color of the green room. But I do get weird about the show now because I just feel like they have an expectation. When you start selling tickets, you get to a place then, when we were young, you just wanted to go, you were papered like crazy, it was free ticket. Now that people pay to come see you, like I said, good money, and you're like, I really want to make sure that they leave going, awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking great time. So I get nervous about,
that makes sense.
about taking risks like that, because then I think they're going to go home and be like, it was okay, but you know what fucked up? But I mean,
Well, that's why you get these DMs like, hey, man, when are you going on? And you're like, well, just come to the show. What are you talking about? They're like, well, I don't want to sit through 8 openers because they've been burned so many times going to these shows where they just slide in 9 open micers before you.
Did you do that? You did that thing with Kreischer? Did you go do that thing with him?
I did. Yeah, I did it last week.
How many of you guys
awesome.
are on that thing?
It was Gillis. It was Coco Diaz. It was Jay Ogerson. It was Brian Simpson. It was Nikki Glazer. It was Chelsea Lynn.
So all dudes.
It was a couple gal, Taylor Tomlinson, Aaron Weber. It was like a great group. Everybody hung out and got drunk, and I slept on a bunk next to Diaz, by the way, which is terrifying at 4 a.m. when you just and you just hear him like cocksucker, motherfucker, just twitching in a bunk, at 4 a.m. and you don't know where you are on the road. It's wild.
Is he still smoking as much weed?
Oh my God, yeah.
Did you get high with him?
I got high, but I wouldn't go onto the moon with him. I mean, he was doing these stars and gummy bears and shit. Yeah, Death Stars.
How does he do that, dude?
I don't know.
10,000 milligrams? What's the most milligrams you've ever taken?
I think I took 40 once, and I almost stabbed
40
myself.
to me is a shitload.
Hey, dude, I'm a lightweight.
Yeah, well, I like 10s. 10s are great.
Love a 10.
10's perfect.
10. I take 5 to sleep usually.
Do you? There's ones that I took that I got that are like in the morning you're supposed to take. I can't remember the name. I'm seeing it in my brain.
That's too risky.
It's a 5 milligram in the morning. No, it's actually awesome.
But don't you get high during the day?
You don't get that high on a 5. I feel like I get a nice buzz.
Okay.
And then once I finish my coffee, coffee dances so great with fucking weed in your system.
Oh, really?
Oh, I love it.
Really?
It does this like pull and push where you're like, you know what I mean? Where it's like,
Stimulant and downer.
and they're trying to balance each other out, but your brain is really enjoying this kind of fight because you'll get a rush of thoughts, and then I'll also be very calm at the same time.
Ooh, that is nice.
Especially because my brain is, yours is too. Your brain's fucked up.
We're fried.
Yeah, we're wrong.
All these pods. Not only do you have to be funny on a pod, after the pod's over, you have to worry, what the fuck did I say?
What did I say?
You know, and then you're worried about that, and then you're worried about your set, you're worried about your lady, you're worried about your parents, you're worried about your colon, your liver.
You didn't say anything bad. We'll cut the Heil Hitler thing for sure.
Oh, really appreciate it. Please do. Sorry, I panicked. I was like, yes, thank you. Did I say that? I don't even know if I said it, but I just believe you.
Are you getting married here in New York?
No, going down to the hometown of New Orleans with the Voodoo Queen.
Is your old lady down there?
No, she's from Boston, but
okay.
Boston's ugly. So
Yeah.
we're getting married in the Big Easy.
I love Boston. You love Boston. Don't even say that.
I like Boston.
I have
The
an affinity
Wilbur.
for that city so much. Everybody when I go there thinks I'm from Boston because I look like Boston trash. Like they think,
It's just Irish.
well, yeah, they're like, that guy looks racist. You're from here, right? I'm like,
Right.
no, I'm from Chicago. They're like, the other racist city. You're like, you got it. No,
I
it
think
is.
Chicago's more racist than Boston.
You think so?
Oh, well, it's the segregation is wild.
No, but they say the athletes that go play in Boston say it's the most racist city.
Oh,
to play
really?
in. 100%. Wolf,
I guess the
back me.
fans are psychos.
Back me, Wolf. Wolf knows. Chicago over Boston. Boston's more racist for sure.
Chicago, bro, the Midwest, it's a lot of love in the Midwest.
See?
Oh, okay.
Chicago's the best.
I'm just going off of segregation, what I've seen. I go to Chicago, and I'm like, I haven't seen a black person in like 5 hours. And then
Oh,
you
yeah.
cross the street, and you're like, I haven't seen a white person in a while.
Yeah, we like to keep them separated.
Yay, there you go.
No, I think it's just historically those athletes have said when they go there, they always hear. I mean, the Celtics.
Yeah, I've
It
heard
was
the
just
story.
it was just those stories about like people yelling on the court, and I think it just transferred over, and then you would just hear it throughout the city because making a racist joke in Boston is kind of like they're giving you a hug a little bit.
Right.
It's crazy. I mean, that's like they're like, dude, I love that guy. I mean, I'm definitely gonna call him the N-word, but I mean, I love him. You know?
Yeah, right.
That's the kind of their move.
I have plenty of black slaves. What are you talking about? Yeah. But I think Boston, maybe it helps the players play better. I wonder if the racism helps the anger.
The anger.
Yeah.
Makes you a stronger ball player.
Because, like, I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood, and I wanted to play ball better because I had to represent whitey.
But you just couldn't.
I just sucked. I would jump up and not miss the net.
It's incredible to think that, like, I have a friend who was, we got into an argument about, like, he could have actually thought he could have gone far playing basketball, like D1 basketball. And I was like, I know he was good, but at the end of the day, it's like, you're not black. And he's like, that's so racist. I was like, but you're not. And
You're not black.
How many white guys get into the NBA in general? Almost none.
No, it's very little.
And they shouldn't.
Well, you got with that Greek guy.
Who?
Isn't
Giannis Antetokounmpo? He's black.
No, not him. Luka.
Luka Doncic.
Is he not Greek?
No, but those are Eastern Europeans. They don't count.
They're like our black. They're
Exactly.
the blacks of
That's-
white. They really are.
Yeah,
I mean,
Porzingis, all those Eastern European
Yeah.
guys. No, dude, they're different. They don't count.
And they're great fighters, too.
Where's Danny O'Hallahan? You know what I mean? Like, where's Brian O'Malley?
Well, you had Larry Bird, and you guys talk about him quite a bit. He comes up a lot.
Yeah,
You got Nash, but he's little.
Yeah, but he's also Canadian.
Is he?
Yeah, he's got to be an American white.
Oh shit! We had Pistol Pete.
Maravich, that was like 75 years ago.
That's true. And he did he even make the pros?
Yeah, he did. No, because you're talking about it was the ABA or whatever.
Yeah, he was in college.
No, Pistol Pete made the NBA or made the ABA, or I don't even know if it wasn't the NBA back then.
It wasn't?
No, I think it was the. Who knows, dude?
Might have to give that a goog there. Wolfie.
Jamie, pull that up. We'll go to our fucking.
Pull it up.
All right, pull it up, Jamie. No, so I just, whatever. I think whenever that argument starts, I'm always like, yeah, dude, but basketball is like when you're white and you're young, you love it. And then you get to a place where you're like, yeah, it's just different. They just do it a little bit different.
Yeah, it's cultural. Then it's that Jimmy the Greek shit. It's just, they're just a little better.
They're just better than us.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with They're Just Better Than Us here at the Whiskey Ginger Studios.
There you go.
Mark Norman, we cut to an ad right now. It's just like, do you have aspirations to play basketball, but you're white? We can change that. Today at LabCorp, we can get your skin black.
Well, I tried to do a bit and it got too dicey about how people are mad about the trans athletes. And
Yeah.
I'm like, it's got to be how white people felt in the 40s when black people started playing. Like, this is different. It's not fair.
100%. That's so true.
And it was black and trans. It was too much.
Yeah, but you're not saying anything bad about either.
I know, but people just like, we don't know. We're nervous.
Who does that? Gillis has that bit.
What's
Gillis
his
does
bit?
that. Gillis had a sketch about the racist football coach who finally like gets a black kid to play for him.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's like,
that's
these
great.
guys are incredible. Like, what have we been doing this whole time?
That's great.
No, but it's so funny when you say that when people get mad at it, because I don't think people probably got mad at it. People are just nervous to laugh about it.
I think that's what it is.
That happens more than nowadays. I've learned that when someone says, there's this thing that I don't like when people go, what can you say in comedy? You're like, you can say anything. Don't
can say
believe
anything.
that bullshit.
You could get backlash, but you can still say it.
Of course, but that could have happened no matter any time in comedy
Of
when you
course.
said stuff. But I think that now that narrative got into society's head. So when I go places, back home in Chicago, I'll have one of my dad's friends be like, oh, you got to watch what you say though, right?
Yeah.
It's made its way into modern society where you're like, that's not true.
Yeah.
You had to always watch what you say. You can't be a fucking asshole.
Right.
It has to have purpose and a point and comedy behind it.
Of course, it has to be funny, but I do think people will just make a snap judgment on you, but that's just human nature. Like they go, oh, you're a racist guy, huh? And I'm like, well, I'm not racist. I'm just making a joke.
Right.
They're like, well, it was a racial joke. I'm like, yeah, it was racial.
Right.
But I'm not racist. You think you know everything about me based on a zinger.
Right.
That's what I get like, wait, what? But,
Right.
they're allowed to do that, so what can you do?
Well, that's what I mean. I talk about that a little bit on stage about the Chappelle thing where I'm like, he's allowed to say it. You're also allowed to get mad.
Yeah.
Where did this thing happen in society where we were like, you are one side or the other? You're like, no. All the people get to say all the things.
Yeah.
And that's just how it goes.
That's free speech.
So you're allowed to fucking be pissed off at him and boycott Netflix. Go banana. Great. Do your thing.
That's the deal we've made. But when you start going, nah, that should cease to exist. That's when you're like, well, wait, where'd that come from? Mm-hmm. You hate me, I hate you. You're vocal about it, I'm vocal about it. That's the end of it. You don't get to go, now pull the special.
Right.
That's
right.
what is a bummer.
Right. It's like I've eaten at bad restaurants. I just don't go back.
There you go. I mean, you could write a Yelp review.
I would never.
I would never
The
either.
guy that has the time to do that.
Don't get me started. The worst is you try to go to a restaurant, and you're like, let's see how it is. And then some lady's like, we sat down after a long day, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I haven't gotten to the food yet. I'm 2 paragraphs in.
It always starts with, when we sat down, it took 27 minutes for
Yes.
someone to approach. It's like, then get
Yes.
up and leave.
I know.
The
Then
fuck?
I had a miscarriage, and he didn't call. And you're like, this has nothing to do with the restaurant. This is all you.
When my brother Steve got out of prison the 3rd time, we went to this Chili's. We always go to this Chili's.
Yes.
And it is such a diatribe. But you know what the bummer is? I'm such a fucking idiot. I'll read those things.
I read them too.
But why we do that? We just, we used to go back to the day when, like here, when I'd come to New York, I would just be like, well, I'll try this spot.
Yeah.
But now, like a fucking loser, sometimes I'll jump on my phone and go,
Yeah.
let's see what they do here. What's their thing,
Yeah, I'm the same way. And it's just like YouTube, where only the negative people write. No one's like, it was awesome. It's rare you get like, this was a great joke.
Right.
People like this joke. They go, that was funny, and they go back to work or whatever.
Yeah.
But people
They're
who
busy.
are angry, they write.
Too busy to hate. Yeah, that's right. That's
Too busy to hate.
that'd
That's
be
a
the name of my
t-shirt.
special. Too busy to hate.
That's good.
In here, we pour whiskey.
Hey, after years of contracts and getting ripped off by phone companies, I got to tell you, this Mint Mobile is an amazing deal. Also, run by Ryan Reynolds. What a mega babe this guy is. They offer premium wireless starting at $15 a month. 15. You heard it right. I know you're paying that with a couple of zeros on it for your regular bill, but for everyone that hates their phone bill, which is everyone you've ever spoken to, Mint Mobile offers wireless for $15 a month. They give you the best rate, whether you're buying for one or a family. And at Mint, families start at 2 lines. Hey, that's all you need, 2 to make a family. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed internet data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. What are we talking about? What are you doing paying all that money anymore? The best part is, I think, in my opinion, you use your own phone. I think that's great. Use your phone with any Mint Mobile plan. You keep your same phone number as well with any of your existing contacts. You just switch over, get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. If it's good for Ryan Reynolds, it's good for me because that dude is a babe. Get your new wireless plan for $15 a month, and to get the plan shipped to your door for free. They ship it for free. Go to mintmobile.com/whiskey. Mintmobile.com/whiskey. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/whiskey. Hey, this episode of Whiskey Ginger is brought to you by Rabbit Hole Distillery and their one-of-a-kind Kentucky bourbon and rye whiskeys. Usually I got all 4 bottles, but I'm in New York, so I only got 2 of the jazz here on the table, the High Gold and the Cave Hill. I've talked to you about this Cave Hill. This stuff is probably my favorite, not gonna lie. I do like the others, relax, but this is my favorite. It's their 4-grain triple malt bourbon. This is their original bourbon release, and I really do enjoy it. It's super smooth, man. I do like it so very much. They got 4 distinct whiskey expressions. This is the one that I had. I had this one, and of course, my boy had the Oda. They got the High Gold double malt. High Rye double malt bourbon. This stuff is really good too. It's newest edition, and it's just as smooth. A little bit different bite at the end though. The Derringer is the sherry finished bourbon, which I like finished in those sherry casks, and the Boxer Gray sour mash rye. If you're a rye guy or a gal, if you're a rye person, you are gonna love what they put out. I think the best part about Rabbit Hole, each of their bourbons are made from a distinct, one-of-a-kind recipe using specially malted grains that you won't find anywhere else. They're small batch, baby. A lot of people say they're small batch. These guys are small batch. Rabbit Hole does extreme small batch. This means under 15 barrels. So you know the quality is there in every single bottle. It's not gonna get lost. You gotta try it, man. You really gotta give yourself some Rabbit Hole. Put it on your lips, put it in your belly, drink it responsibly. How do I get it, Andrew? Well, you go to your local liquor store, and you can go to rabbitholedistillery.com and find out where it's in your area, but also go to rabbitholedistillery.com/drizzly, rabbitholedistillery.com/drizzly. Use the promo code RABBIT for $5 off your first order. Use that code RABBIT at rabbitholedistillery.com/drizzly.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Is this
Legit
the
quit.
Hooters in New Orleans, by the way?
Apparently, I got this shirt at the thrift store. Yeah.
My dad the other day said we were so funny. I was back in Chicago, and he was like, the freeway, to get back on the freeway is like just past the Hooters.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, my whole family's in the car. But everyone's grown. It's not like there's any children in there. But he goes, you meant to make a left up there to get back on the highway. It's past the, there's the chicken joint up there. I was like, the chicken joint? He's like,
tits joint?
The Hooters. I was like, no, nobody.
Yeah.
That was a bit from Playboy magazine that was like, the chicken wings.
Right.
Somehow, how was it that back in the day, things would go viral, but without the internet?
Isn't
like
that fascinating?
How did it happen?
Like Richard Gere, the gerbil up his ass.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about that.
But someone told me he never even did it,
Probably not.
which let me down because I really kind of liked him more that he put animals in his butt.
Right.
I thought, what a cool guy, great actor, and likes animals in his butt.
I know, but your brain starts swirling. Like, are there claws? Does he declaw it?
How do they get out?
How do they get out?
Do they get lost?
Does he put food up there?
Do they
Or
have little lights?
Yeah. Do they eat the shit? Like, how do you get them to go up? Fascinating.
Well, you put cheese up there.
Oh, you put cheese.
Yeah,
Maybe you eat cheese. And
You use
shit it
anal
out.
beads and put it on a string, and you have to force it up. But then people say, how does it go up? Easy. You put a weight on the end. You flip upside down. I've done this. No, I do remember that. But the virality of things before viral existed
Yes.
fascinates the shit out of me.
Even like Jingle Bells, Batman Smell. You never
Robin,
read that,
hey,
but you know it.
How did that get around?
Every kid knows that song. It's fascinating.
That is so annoying that we all did it in our neighborhood. But then you'd go somewhere and you'd hear someone do a different version of it.
That's true.
And you'd go, wait, we don't say it like that. They're like, yo, everybody says it like that.
It's regional. It's kind of like we used to say no duh. Remember that in the 90s?
yeah.
No duh. And then
No
I went
duh.
somewhere else and they said no doikey. And I
No
was like, whoa, no
doikey?
doikey. What parallel universe am I in? No doikey. It's kind of like when you go to Canada and you're like, that's not Burger King, it's Burger Prince. You're like,
Yeah.
whoa, but it's the same font. Your brain starts melting.
That's like when I went to, where was I? Maybe it was in Montreal, and they have a thing called Boston Pizza. And I thought that was so fascinating. The guy was it's in Canada. Oh yeah, it's all over Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, in Montreal. It was all over Canada, and it's called Boston Pizzeria or something like that. But they're a chain. And I said to someone, I was like, why Boston Pizza? And they're like, what do you mean? It's great. It's actually, it was good pizza. And I was like, but Boston that's not
their thing.
No. And people were like, yeah, I mean, isn't it? I'm like, no, dude, no. I was like, is there not a New York pizzeria place? And they're like, I guess, but
You never had a Denver cheesesteak?
yeah, so good down there, dude.
Yeah, keep mixing them up.
Yeah, those dude, that Salt Lake porridge. I mean, that's what they're known for, baby.
Poutine is just disco fries, folks.
It is disco fries.
That's
isn't
all it is.
Do you like that shit when you go up there? Do you eat their food? No.
I'm a gravy nut. I love gravy. I'll put gravy on anything, pussy, whatever. But I don't like, it's just fries with gravy and cheese. It doesn't blow my mind.
Also, cheese curds or lumps of cheese never really appealed to me as much as I thought they would. I thought, like, as a Midwest kid, like Wisconsin always has cheese in everything.
Yeah.
They put cheese like in Bloody Marys and shit.
Right.
There's a place called Sobelman's that's up outside of Milwaukee. If you ever get a chance, dude, it's fucking phenomenal. They have it's like a lunch Bloody Mary, and it's in a fucking like a gullet of booze, and it has a huge like staff sticking in it, and it's a full cheeseburger on it.
Yep.
Like shrimp, candied bacon.
Oh yeah,
Dude, it's fun. It's a full meal right there in just one thing.
That's fun.
That's what I love about the Midwest. Just give zero fucks about
excess.
Oh, give it to me. Let
Bring
me
it
get
on.
fat. Dying of being too fat. I know it's not good, but boy, is it fun.
It's
I
fun.
think that's so cool.
And they have those big beers. It's like in a goblet. I love it. I love that shit about Milwaukee.
Yeah, excess in the Midwest is what I do kind of miss about home. I was just home and it's just like no one eating a salad is like, I don't want to eat a salad.
No. Give me just a plate of fried dough.
But out here, everybody's like, I'm going to get an acai bowl and
right. It's,
walk
it's a bummer.
uptown. It's sad.
But that's why the road is fun, because you get to go live in that world for 20 minutes, get diabetes, and come back.
Right.
You know, you don't have to live there all the time. And,
Has your girl ever come with you on the road?
oh yeah.
Do you guys, is that a thing you guys like to do or no?
Well, she sees it as like, oh, you're going to Miami? I'm like, yeah, I'm doing the Miami Improv. She's like, I'm going to Miami. I'm like, all right. And then she comes, and then we sleep till noon. We have sex, and she's like, let's go to the beach. I'm like, all right, we can go to the beach for 2.5 hours. She's like, what? I'm like, well, I have to go back and do the shows. And she's like, shows? I'm like, what do you think we're doing here? So that part sucks.
Does she work or no?
She's got a 9 to 5.
Good.
Yeah.
Keep them employed, dude. Once you let them off that chain, dude, then they get too comfortable.
Is that
dude.
your?
Yeah, dude, she works too. Yeah. No, I like it. I grew up with a mom that worked too. So like I was used
too.
to that thing, but I was always jealous of kids that had moms that like stayed home and made them snacks.
Yeah.
I never once came home to snack.
No, never.
Like
What are you kidding?
when I knew kids that had that, I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah, we had no food in my house. I don't know what was going on there.
We had our pantry. My dad soups like loved. My dad was 80 when he was 40. Like he
Right.
loved soup, loves fucking soup.
Like cans or
cans, dude.
Yeah,
we have
I
two
like that.
full shelves of soup.
you don't like canned soup?
Fine.
I love a chunky, a Progresso. Bring it on.
No, how old are you?
I'll take it. I love soup first of all, and I like the ease of it. Just
Have you seen that clip of the old? There's like an old World War II veteran. He was like one of the oldest World War II veterans alive. This like old, super cute black dude, and he's real tiny. And he was like, he's like, they're like, take us through your day, and he's like, in the morning I wake up and I have some soup. And the interviewer was like, oh, do you eat soup every day? He's like, I love soup. A lot of people don't like soup. I love soup. And it makes me go, I know what he means though, because I do, when it's good, soup is fucking good.
it's good.
But
There's some
also,
bad soup.
there's a little sadness behind it.
I get it's just wet and spoon and slurpy. You feel like Oliver Twist a little bit, you know? You feel like a hobo. But I love soup, but my dad's the same way. My dad, he's like out of the breakfast commercials where like, Dad, you're pouring orange juice in the toaster. And he's like, Mom's gone, you know? But my dad was like that. He would do, my mom would be out of town and she was a big cook. So he would make granola and put grape juice on it for wetness.
No.
And I was like, whoa, this guy's out to lunch.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's in a big robe and just pouring granola in and grape juice
Dad
and stirring
can't
it
cook,
up.
huh?
Can't cook, and like it was great because my mom was a great cook and she was fun. But my dad would, when she would go out of town, he'd be like, "We're getting Chinese," and it was all a good
People,
times.
you get them come
We
over?
get Chinese people. We build a railroad.
We're
It was
getting
great.
Chinese people to come over.
Yeah,
No, we're by the way, growing up in the era we grew up in, Chinese is like the off night when they're like, I don't want to cook Chinese. And I was like, yes, dude.
yes. I mean, every movie they're all like working the midnight oil at the office, and they have the cartons.
Yeah, those little cartons everywhere.
The chopsticks sticking out. I love that.
Which is funny to think because I had so much of it as a kid. I don't really eat it anymore.
I don't really either.
I know.
Well, you realize how shitty it is.
so
It's
bad.
just sodium and noodles and grease. And,
It's so much grease.
God, I love it.
I do too. But when you eat it the next day, you feel bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
when
yeah.
you smell it reheating, you're like, oh my God.
Yo,
Is that from underground?
So
What is
true.
that?
My dad would add a little water to it from the sink to like reanimate it. You're like, oh, this is not food. This is bad.
We got to bring it back to life. You're like, no, that's a little fucked up.
And then it's like shrimp too. It's shrimp
Yuck.
and weird clam thing, or those circular. What were those?
Scallops?
No,
What do you mean?
it's a circular with a hole in it. It was, what is that seafood? I think it's like calamari.
Yo, calamari. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Well, it was
calamari.
like a seafood delight. And it always had weird shit where you're like, I think that's a squid
Yeah.
or a labia. I don't even know at this point. It could be anything.
Your chicken, you have your orange chicken, and we've got your Kung Pao labia here. You
Majora.
ordered.
Yeah.
I
Boop,
walked
boop,
past.
ladder.
I walked past one of those stands in Chinatown where they have like every kind of seafood out right on the
it's
thing.
a stinker.
Holy fuck, dude.
Smells like a female softball team on a hot day. It is wild out there.
I knew you were going to get there as well. I was like,
Sorry.
There it is. No, it's there.
Female. It took a minute.
Soft
Too many.
Too many sodas. Have another
Too many
one.
high golds. This is good stuff.
It is good, yeah.
Is it a high gold or a rabbit hole?
Rabbit Hole's the name of the brand. High Gold. High Gold is that's that batch.
Oh, okay. I'm digging it.
Rabbit Hole, baby. I know. And I talked to your boyfriend about your whiskey, which we shared on my show.
Yes, Bodega Cat.
Go get the Bodega Cat.
It's
man.
online now.
You're not going to sell in stores, right?
Oh, we want to, but it's so much red tape. It's taking
So
forever.
hard, huh?
Yeah.
But what about just focusing on doing it in New York or the tri-state area?
We're going to start here and then branch because you got to think we have a podcast every week, so that's a commercial, and we're on the road every week, so we go bring it to the club. We do a special. I mean, not a special, but like a drink special.
Oh, nice.
And so you can't miss.
He told me what Bodega Cat, where Bodega Cat came from, because apparently you had another name and it got kicked out, right?
Yeah, Fat Cat.
I loved Fat Cat.
I love Fat Cat too. We did all these test markets and that one won.
You couldn't do like a can we have this type of thing with those people or no?
Well, it's already a liquor, so it was two.
Oh, it was a liquor. Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
Two on the nose.
I thought it was something else. It was a wine, right?
It was a wine. That's right.
Well, dude, wine.
I know.
It's fucking. There is a billion wines. So if it's a funky name, some wine company has done it.
There's a Fat Bastard wine, and my grandma's always like, "Oh, Fat Bastard!" Oh. Somebody laughs at that shit. The live, laugh, love people.
Wine is that is right. If mom ain't happy, no one's happy. That like.
Yeah.
By the way, I saw that. I think I said this on the show, but I saw that the other day that this woman had this flight attendant had a BLM pin on her flight attendant garb or whatever, but she had other pins, And I thought, how disappointing for black people that like BLM's been reduced to be a pin that was literally right next to, like if mama ain't happy, no one's happy. It was a slang like that.
Yeah, right.
I was like, it's becoming it's like a friendship bracelet. We'll have like BLM on it, and like, you know what I mean, like BFF, BLM. And I was like, that's such a bummer that the phrase has become a coinage thing for a pin on your chest next to these like corny, but like, don't talk to me till I've had my coffee. Also BLM. It just bummed me out. I was like, that's fucking
hilarious.
So shitty. It was such an annoying.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and Pride Week. Yeah, it's just been it's all marketing. It's all corporations have taken over.
That's what it is, though. It has become it's become a way for a company. You've seen the Sopranos thing online where it was like the new Sopranos where he's updating Tony. If they did it today.
Oh, no, like a modern Soprano?
Yeah, kind of like the modern Seinfeld
Yeah.
thing. I don't know if it's the same account, but I've seen it on like TikTok. I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen different versions. But the one was great. He's like asking Michael what gay pride or Pride Month is.
Yeah.
He's like, for the whole month, gays, the companies pretend to be gay so they can sell more batteries, or whatever the fuck it is. It is so funny. It's so funny trying to explain that for those shows in this day and era.
That's great.
That's why, TV is so saturated today because everyone's throwing their shit as fast as they can to get on.
Yep.
And it's, I don't know, man. I don't know if the quality of shows is lower or there's just too many shows. Because there are shows that I like.
Of course. TV's kicked it up a notch, and movies have gone down.
Yeah, that's true too, though.
Yeah, TV, you get like Ozark, and The Boys was awesome.
I didn't see that. Somebody told me
It's great.
It's like a play on a superhero movie.
It's superheroes who are evil and they get canceled and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
They do fucked up shit. They're racist, or they fuck with a lady, a Me Too situation. So it's
superheroes that get clipped.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun
wild.
angle.
No, yeah, the movies have gone down a little bit, but I think that's also because the risk. I heard someone explaining it the other day. I mean, who was it?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
He nailed it. And I never thought of it that way. The DVD sales.
He's like, how can we make money on this? They have to make so much money before they even make any money.
Yeah.
That he's like, there's no justification to it.
Right. Like, you're not going to get a My Big Fat Greek Wedding or a Reservoir Dogs or a Swingers because you'll never make it back. You'll never recoup.
So I think so this is my only thing. I think you do, but we probably only get one a year. That's what's sad. Like one will sneak through. I've talked about it a lot, but that Everything Everywhere All at Once, did you see that movie?
Yeah, was that a low budge? Was that independent?
No, but I mean, it's kind of like I think it was an A24 movie. I think it was.
Oh, okay.
It was probably lower budget on of what's happening now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure the effects in that movie are insane. It's beautifully done.
Great movie.
But dude, it's not fucking Marvel. One of these 9 Marvel movies that cost $500 million to make.
Sure. But I've never watched one of those. They all bleed together. It doesn't interest me at all. I'd rather watch the Everywhere Anal, All My Asshole, whatever. Just because it's like different and intriguing and it's thoughtful. It's like interesting premise.
Movies like that feel like
That's why we love movies and stuff like that.
while it feels like a great story, it feels like a great set from stand-up where you're like, oh, I'm in a different universe right now.
Yes, you escape. Now with Marvel, it's like, oh, this guy has an erection, or it's like there's like the powers have gotten shitty. Like we keep going, Hawkman.
Yeah.
You know, he's got wings and talons, and he can find a mouse in a field. I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
Come on. give
Don't
me
you want him to
something.
find mice?
Yeah. Even Iron Man. Look, I get it. Iron Man's a cool guy, whatever, but he's in an iron suit. Who cares?
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it even a little bit. I've never seen one. You and I are just the same.
I just don't care. I see them. They're all the same. It's as Seinfeld would say, it's oatmeal. It's
Is that what he
oatmeal.
says?
Yeah.
It's all oatmeal?
Yeah, he's like, you look at cars today, they all look like oatmeal. And I'm like, ooh, that's good.
Wait,
It's
expand.
It's just this bland, beige, lumpy nothing. There's no art to it. There's no balls. There's no design.
Well, that's he's a huge car. You're a car guy too. We talked. You
I
bought
like
you
cars.
bought the car that we both. Oh, I had it when I was young.
Oh, that's right.
Well, no, you bought an 02, a 2002.
Bought an 02.
No. I had a 325.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's nothing
man.
to sneeze at.
It was a 1985 325e.
That's sexy.
So fun. Tell
So
me about
fun.
the 02. Where'd you get it?
I just drove it to Tim Dillon's Tim Dillon's Labor Day party on Long Island.
How was
in
it?
the Hamptons. It was great. I mean, beautiful home. I show up. He's got a red velvet cake in his hand. I'm like, this is the only time I've seen you be gay. You know, it's this red velvet cake.
Was he in a robe? What was he wearing?
I was upset. He was at a t-shirt and like basketball shorts. I was like, come on, Tim. I
Yeah.
wanted you with like a twink fanning you with a leaf, you know? I wanted you to go all in. But pool was great. Food was great. You know, Giannis and Paul Verzi and Gomez. You know, it was fun.
When I've never gone to the Hamptons. I know nothing about it besides the lore of what I hear about
Yeah.
the Hamptons.
It's Malibu.
Oh, it is. Okay,
Same
that's what
shit.
it is.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's
Super
cute.
rich people have a house on the beach.
Yes. And some are in the woods, and you know the cute little town with the little shops, and everything's kind of beachy and kitschy.
So it's just a bunch of rich white people.
Exactly.
Right, Malibu. Yeah, I got it.
Paradise.
Paradise.
Yeah. But no, it's fun, and Tim put on a hell of a party. But I took the Beamer out there, and it's you know, no AC, stick shift, no power steering. So it's all fun and games when you picture that beautiful blue machine on the highway or driving through the Hamptons. But the whole time I'm like, oh God, is this going to make it? Is it going to break down? My back is sweating. You know, there's no AC. I got the windows cranked. My girlfriend's like clutching the walls, you know, like, you know, cars are whizzing by because it's not that fast.
The fantasy of it is always better than the reality.
Exactly. You picture pulling up and everybody sees you and
everyone's like,
nobody's
Mark's here!
Yeah, like, whoa, look at that. Nice
you're just,
ride. Yeah. but
Instead,
none
it's
of
like,
that happens.
it's barely making it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
that's like taking a drive up the coast. I would highly recommend taking a drive up the California coast. It's stunning,
Yeah.
but also you forget there's a lot of nothingness for a lot of it.
Yes.
Where you're like, the coast is great, but you're like, there's also about 3 hours of nothing at all.
Yeah.
So those moments are when it's like, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, put on the music and the music choices. And then you're like, then you get annoyed that someone wants to listen. At that point, you're like, let's pull over and get a drink or something.
Yes. Yeah. And you're just sitting there quiet. It's a 2.5 hour drive. So you're just sitting there, you know, free bird, and your girlfriend's quiet. And you're like, all right, this is not that fun.
What kind of music does Dillon have at his parties?
I don't know if he had music.
So lame. No music at a
Might have been
fucking
some-
party?
Some background stuff. We were all outdoor. The whole thing was outside.
Oh, right. COVID safe. Right. That's Tim Dillon's way.
That's
COVID
how he
safe.
does it. You know him. He loves a
COVID
mask. Yeah, but it was all outdoor. It was rather, we were in the pool. We were lounging.
How close is he to the beach?
That's a good question. I think if you're in that, he's on Southampton, so I think it's probably 10 minutes or something.
He would never go to the beach.
No.
Does anybody go to the beach that's out there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
good.
They surf. It's big. There's all these lobster shacks. But
Surfing is out there?
Oh, yeah.
So ignorant. I'm so dumb.
Tim, you can't
I'm
put
like, they
him at
have
the beach.
waves in the Atlantic?
It's big. Montauk's a surf town.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Not like California is, though.
I don't know. I think it's our surf area.
Is it really?
Yeah, Jersey Shore, too. People surf.
How many fucking, yeah, but they surf what, for like 2 months and then you can't surf anymore?
Yeah, something like that.
Jersey Shore, though, that's not for surfing. That's for sexual assault and all that stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's there, too. There's a boardwalk. There's
Isn't that their
taffy.
thing down there?
Yeah, there's AC, you know, casinos.
Oh, dude, I went to AC and
Vegas with AIDS. I call it.
boy, and monkeypox. It is so, it's tough.
It's dingy. It's gross. That boardwalk has got just a film on it of just years of death.
It just makes you feel bad. So when you go to
Yes.
Vegas makes you feel good, even though you're like, I'm going to lose a lot of money and I'm going to probably make some dumb choices and I'm going to get too drunk and I'm going to be bummed. You're excited because the lights and the brightness and the cleanliness. You go to AC and you drive. As we drove in, me and O'Connor drove in, and I was like, this is very sad.
It's a bummer. Everything is dated, and you're the best looking person in AC.
Yeah. People were just taking photos of me.
Yeah, even the whores, you're like, whoa. In Vegas, you're like, wow, look at this beautiful Russian whore.
The prostitutes in Vegas turn you down. Yeah. They're legitimately not good for me. And you're like, wait, what? No?
Enough. Right.
And AC, they're like, come on, baby.
Please, they're begging you. We went to a strip club for my bachelor party, and we didn't know. So we're like, strip club, and we went to one, and it was like an off night. It was rough. Everybody in there looked like Brian Scalaro. I mean, it was rough. And we're like, whoa, we got to get out of here. But you can't just walk into a strip club and go like, no, thank you.
Oh, I
You
have.
guys have you?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know those people.
We walk in, we start buying drinks, and you turn around, you look at the stage, and it was like, holy shit, like C-section scars. One lady had a needle in her. It was wild. And, neck tattoos and all this shit. And we're like, we got to get out of here. And one lady she was huge, and she started massaging people at the bar. She was like, can I just have like $10? I'll massage you. And we're like, we got to get out of here.
Just give her the money and leave.
We gave her the money, but we felt so bad. She's like, I have 8 kids. I'm dying.
They're right here. They're all on stage.
Yeah.
Candace's 8 kids coming to the stage.
If they stand on each other's shoulders, they equal an adult. But yeah.
No, I've walked right out of one.
Really?
I've done it with O'Connor. O'Connor and I've walked into a strip club and I was like, what are we doing? I paid the cover, walked in and I was like, nope. And then you turn right back around and I was like, no way.
Wow.
Why would I feel bad? I'm not.
You're right.
It's like, again, I've been to bad restaurants. I don't go back.
Yeah, what's the guest set thing? I'm like, oh, we're here. We paid a cover. Fuck it.
Such a fucking pussy.
We'll give it half an hour. And we all did it. And we got like ironic lap dances.
That's so sad.
It
bro.
was sad, man.
By the way, that's a good Yelp review. The best ironic lap dances you've ever had. Where you're like, oh yeah, this is super fun. And she's like, is it? You're like, yeah, we love it. No, that's fucking terrible.
They had a desperation, like, I need you to
help me pay my rent.
Yes, exactly.
Have you ever had a stripper coerce your brain into thinking that you actually?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Why does that happen to guys?
Well, we got egos.
She likes me.
Yeah, and they're good at it. It's kind of like a comic. We go on stage, we go, it's going to be here in Cincinnati, joke, joke, joke. And they're like, I think he likes it here. And you're in the back going, when's the next flight? And look, I don't nothing against Cincinnati, but I'm just saying. Like,
But you picked that city for a reason.
Well, I had to go something with some grit on it. But I just think we perform and they're performing.
Yeah, no, it is true. And some of them are so fucking good at it. I've seen a few buddies fall in love. I've seen multiple friends fall in love for that game that they play. And it's just so fun to watch.
I know.
It's fun to watch because you're like, look at him. And she wants to hang out later. I'm like, I bet she does, buddy.
Yeah.
Like a dad to his kid.
Yes.
When his kid is just like, I had the best hit in the game. You're like, yeah, you did. You had the best hit. You were so good out there, bud.
In defense, I have seen a friend have sex with a stripper later, like for free.
I've seen it.
But it's rare.
But it's more common for the guy to get taken. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
where it's
yeah.
like, oh, she took you, dude.
Yeah.
It's like $5,000 and she's not answering my text or whatever. And you're like, yeah,
fake,
dude.
a lot of fake
number,
numbers.
buddy. What did you
Yeah.
think was going to fucking happen?
It happens.
That's what you should do. Take your son to all those experiences when he's very young so it's embedded in his brain. Take your kids to a strip club, you guys, when he's about 7 or 8. Really nail it in there. Let him know this is not real, you know?
So true. Did you have this? When I was 18, my friends took me to a strip club in New Orleans on Bourbon Street, and they would do a thing where like, it's your birthday, and they'd bring you on stage, and they'd all lap dance, and if you got a boner, it was like...
Everybody had to suck it? I remember that.
Well, no, you gave them $100, and if you got a boner, they got to keep it. And if you didn't get a boner, you got to take it back. It was some kind of game like that.
That's interesting.
And I was like, I have a boner now. I'm not even up there. So I lost the money.
I've never gotten hard on it.
What?
Never.
We had a couple guys at The Bachelor who jizzed.
No.
Oh, yeah. And these are like 40-year-old men, by
Well,
the
that's
way.
why. Yeah, that's exactly
That's
why.
why,
They haven't
yeah.
fucked in years. No, I never have. I never... It's so funny to me. To me, going to those things is always more... It's like a sporting event. It's like I'm just going to watch something live. I think it's fun. It's like fun. I don't get turned on by it.
Yeah, no,
I can't
it's an
get
event.
there in my
It's
brain.
A spectacle.
It's tough for me to get to a place where I'm like, this is hot.
Yeah.
So for me, it's more like this is a fun salacious, like, oh, this is like wrong and fun.
Yeah, it's naughty.
But I just don't get there sexually for some reason.
And this is fake, and they have kids.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
yeah,
just
yeah.
at their job, they're
Yeah.
at work. So that
once you
part
start paying
sucks.
taxes, like real taxes,
Yeah.
you think about their livelihood.
Right.
Like, oh, dude, that girl, she's got her water bills through the roof this month. You know, like I feel bad. I got to pay for this girl's life.
It's true. I watched a porn once with a girl I was hooking up with. I was like, this will be hot. And she was like, oh, she doesn't want to do this. She hates it. And it blew my mind. I was like, you're right. This girl hates this.
Yeah.
And now I look at porn differently. I mean, I still watch it too much.
You gotta.
But yeah.
Let's roll some of the porn footage right now.
There you go.
No, I know what you mean though. You think about, especially if the scenarios of the porn are kind of like poorly done.
Yes.
You somehow feel worse. You're like,
Yes.
don't do the scenario. It's really bad. Just fuck.
Right.
If you just fuck, I won't feel as bad.
I know.
But when it's like, what's your daughter doing over at our house? It's like, maybe I thought maybe movie night. You know?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, no, I don't want to see it. And no, it's bad. Just fuck and just get it over with.
Well, they have girl porn. Have you seen this?
What do you mean?
Porn for women?
Yeah. What? No.
They have porn that's specifically designed for women to watch.
What is guys just like cleaning up?
Well, it's guys like holding hands, and there's a lot of I love yous and
no
eye
shit.
contact.
That's nice.
It's nice. It's much nicer, but it's not. Sometimes you want like a,
Just ruin me.
I want some eyeliner running.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole room is wet.
Yeah.
I like it when the whole room is wet somehow. What happened? It's dripping from the ceiling like a sauna.
Yeah. How about
fuck
the oil? A lot of people do that oil.
Love.
shit.
Big fan of the oil,
Love.
dude.
What is it about that oil?
I don't know why we got that. You know what? That's got to be some childhood regression, like baby oil slicked up something.
Oh, maybe.
Like I heard this thing about people that foot fetishes is because when you're a baby, you're on the floor, you see your mom's feet. You know, when you're in your
Yeah.
stomach and you're young, you see feet a lot
Oh,
around the house,
interesting.
and that somehow attached to your. I don't know.
That makes sense. I'm so jealous of foot fetish guys.
I don't have a foot fetish, but I like nice feet.
I know.
Like if your old lady had bad feet, I couldn't.
Well, that's a problem. Bad feet. I have bad
feet.
feet. I got
You do?
yellow. I got yellow toenails. My toenails look like they've been smoking for 10 years.
What happened?
I don't know. I don't know how to fix that. There's no white strips or anything. Like, what do you do for your nails?
Go to a doctor and get a prescription.
That's a lot of work.
I get that. Yeah.
What am
I
I,
get it.
Canadian? I don't have health care. But the foot fetish guys, there's millions of women out there in sandals and flip-flops, and they're just like,
Wow.
I like tits and labia. You know how rare that is?
Yeah, just liking tits and puss.
Well, I'm just saying to see one out in the wild. If you see a vagina out in the wild, it's rarely a good one.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lady on the sidewalk like, should we help her?
Yeah.
Should we call somebody?
Just taking a shit in public. I saw a woman take a shit in public last 2 weeks ago.
L.A.?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was but it wasn't even fun or anything. It was a bummer. I like pulled up to a stoplight. I turned and she was shitting right there, and I was just like, "Oh man,
That's a shame.
What are you gonna?" But clean dismount, got it nowhere on herself, which is kind of
Oh.
impressive. Yeah,
Well, she's probably been doing
she's
it
a
a
pro.
while.
Yeah, she's a pro.
That's
She's been in the league for years at this point. She knows exactly what she's doing, dude.
Yeah, well, that's got to be tough to be a lady because you ever seen a woman get drunk with a gal and she's like, I got to pee, and you're in the middle of nowhere and she's got to pee in between cars?
Oh, yeah.
They nail it. I mean,
Yeah.
they get down, they squat like a Chinese man.
Start just ripping heaters.
Yeah,
Has your
peeling
girlfriend
something.
ever had to pee on the side of the road of a long road trip?
Oh, I've seen it a million times.
See, you know, I'm such a dick. I love taking off. I'd start driving.
Ah,
Oh, I love it. Leave
a
'em there.
classic.
Yeah, it's a classic. It's old school. It's very such a dad thought to be like, well, I'll leave you.
Yeah, yeah.
Why would you do that? That's
and
insane.
They buy it every time. They go, wait.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
When
I'm joking.
their pants are on their ankles.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're taking photos, you're putting it on the internet, causes a big fight. You know how it goes. So are you touring are you in the middle of touring right now or no?
Every weekend, I'm touring.
What's going on? Tell me where this will be out. This will be out.
This will be.
In a couple of weeks. What are you
Love.
like? What are you doing in the month of October? What's going on in October?
Let me tell you, Oktoberfest. I'm going all over creation, folks. It's going to be a hot weekend out in good old Danforth Theater in Toronto.
Oh shit!
Royal Oak Music Theater.
Michigan.
Yeah, the Mich. Roxanne Theater in Pittsburgh, Orlando Improv, Rococo Theater, wherever that is, the Pantages in Minneapolis, the Englert Theater in Iowa, Revolution Hall in Portland, Neptune Theater in Seattle, Albany, Zanies in Nashville. A lot of fun stuff. MarkNormanComedy.com.
.com. Go see the boy. I love having you on the show. I appreciate you coming back.
Oh, we done? Boy, we zipped through that.
We zing-zanged through it.
That was fun. That was a breeze,
It was very fun. Wolfie, did you enjoy it or no?
All right, Wolf
Fuck
Blitzer.
yes, he likes it.
Hell yeah.
All right, we end the show the same way.
Dick Wolf.
Yeah, that's his dad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's Cockwolf. His father,
Man,
Dick Wolf.
You should be richer.
Richard? No, that's his name.
Or
is
more rich.
Yeah, Richard to Dick Wolf. He is Richard.
Oh, yeah. Good
Dickard
point.
Wolf.
I forgot Dick was Richard.
Look in camera 3, right there. That's your camera. We end the episode the same way with one word or one phrase. When you're ready, you go ahead and look in that camera and you say it when you're ready.
Oh, God. Heebs.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires.